What if I told you that the so-called random backstage assault on Logan Paul wasn't random at all, that it was calculated, funded, and orchestrated by someone sitting in plain sight, smiling in interviews, shaking hands with management, and pretending to be an ally? And what if that same person thought Logan Paul was too distracted by Austin Theory and Bron Breakker to notice the trap closing around him? Let me ask you this right now. Who do you think sent the mystery attacker? Drop the name in the comments before we even break this down. I want to see who's thinking clearly and who's buying the smoke and mirrors. Because what just unfolded in WWE isn't chaos. It's strategy. And Logan Paul may have just caught the puppet master. The attack itself was vicious. No music. No warning. No dramatic entrance. Just a blur of motion backstage, a hooded figure lunging from the shadows, and Logan Paul getting blindsided into a stack of production crates. Cameras shook. Security scrambled, and the WWE Universe was left stunned. But here's the detail nobody is talking about. The attacker didn't go for a random beatdown. They targeted Logan's ribs. Again. And again. And again. That's not rage. That's instruction. So who knew about Logan's rib injury? Who benefits from weakening him before a potential clash with two rising powerhouses like Austin Theory and Bron Breakker? You see, when Logan Paul stepped into WWE, people doubted him. They called him an outsider, a YouTuber, a clout chaser. But whether you like him or hate him, he proved something undeniable. He belongs. And that's exactly why certain people in that locker room can't stand him. Let's talk about Austin Theory. Golden boy. Selfie king. Management favorite. Austin Theory has been obsessed with proving he's the future. He walks around like the spotlight owes him interest. He's young, cocky, and desperate to keep his position at the top. Now ask yourself this. If Logan Paul keeps stealing headlines, who loses relevance?
Theory.
Theory knows Logan brings views. Logan brings buzz. Logan brings eyeballs from outside the wrestling bubble. And that threatens Theory's claim as the next big thing. But would Austin Theory be smart enough to orchestrate something this calculated? Or is he too impulsive? Think about it. Theory's attacks are usually loud,
Flashy.
ego-driven. The mystery attacker?
Silent.
Surgical. That doesn't scream Austin Theory. That screams someone with discipline. Someone who understands intimidation. Someone like Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker is a different animal. He doesn't posture. He doesn't take selfies. He destroys. Second-generation intensity runs through his veins.
Power. Rage.
Legacy. Bron doesn't need theatrics. When he wants someone hurt, he makes it obvious. But here's the twist. What if Bron didn't need to do the dirty work himself? What if someone convinced him that Logan Paul was a threat to everything he stands for? That Logan was a tourist, disrespecting the grind of professional wrestling? You know Bron takes pride in tradition. You know he believes in earning your stripes.
Logan?
He skipped the line. That could fuel a war. But would Bron hide behind a hood? Would he send someone else? Or is he too proud for that? Let me know. Does Bron seem like the type to send a hitman, or would he rather smash Logan face to face? Here's where it gets deeper. Hours before the attack, there was a heated backstage exchange. Logan Paul was seen arguing off-camera with someone. The audio was muted. The camera cut away. But the body language? Explosive. Logan looked furious. The other person looked smug. Now this is where things get interesting. Because Logan Paul didn't stay silent. After the attack, bruised and furious, he said something very specific. "I know who sent you. Not I know who you are." He said, "I know who sent you." That's a message. That's a warning shot. And whoever orchestrated this just got exposed. Let's rewind further. Who gains the most if Logan Paul is taken out of the equation before a massive confrontation involving Austin Theory and Bron Breakker? Think strategically. If Logan beats Theory, Theory's momentum crashes. If Logan somehow outmaneuvers Breakker, it damages Bron's aura of dominance. But if Logan never makes it to that moment, if he's injured, if he's compromised, then both Theory and Breakker avoid risk. So, what if this isn't one mastermind? What if this is an alliance?
Yeah.
I said it. What if Austin Theory and Bron Breakker, two competitors who don't even particularly like each other, realize they have a common problem? Logan Paul. It wouldn't be the first time rivals teamed up to eliminate a bigger threat. And let's not ignore the timing. The attack happened right after Logan announced he was training specifically to counter Bron's explosive spears and Theory's high-speed offense. Coincidence? Or sabotage? Now here's something that should make you angry. Security footage from a hallway angle shows the attacker leaving the scene. And guess who was seen walking down that same corridor minutes later? Austin Theory. Alone.
Calm.
Checking his phone.
Too calm.
Now, before you jump to conclusions, think carefully. If Theory did it, would he be stupid enough to linger nearby?
Or was that the point?
A distraction? Meanwhile, Bronn Breakker was reportedly in the gym at the time of the attack. Convenient.
Too convenient.
Because there's no public footage proving that timeline.
Just a claim.
And claims mean nothing without receipts. Let's talk psychology. Logan Paul thrives on chaos. He feeds off it. But this attack shook him. You could see it in his eyes. For the first time, he wasn't smirking. He was calculating. And when Logan starts calculating, people should worry. He built an empire by understanding attention, narrative, and leverage. If he says he knows who sent the attacker, he probably does. So what evidence could he have? A text? A leaked message? A payment trail? Or something more subtle like a conversation that slipped up? Sometimes it's not about catching someone red-handed. It's about catching them overconfident. Let me ask you another question. If you were Austin Theory and you felt Logan was stealing your spotlight, would you take a risk to eliminate him? Or would you try to beat him clean? And if you were Bron Breakker, would you respect Logan enough to face him head-on? Or would you see him as an outsider who doesn't deserve that honor? Drop your answers below. I'm reading every theory. There's another angle nobody is discussing. What if this wasn't about Austin Theory at all? What if Bron Breakker is being manipulated? Think about it. Breakker's rise has been methodical, powerful, dominant, but he's still establishing himself on the biggest stage. If someone wanted to destabilize that momentum, what better way than to create chaos around him? Frame him, force suspicion, make him look guilty. Because right now, fans are split. Half think Theory did it. Half think Breakker did it. That division creates tension. And tension creates money. Who benefits from maximum chaos? Management. Now, I'm not saying there's some corporate conspiracy. But stranger things have happened in WWE history. Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Bron Breakker represent three very different futures of WWE. The influencer superstar. The arrogant prodigy. The powerhouse legacy warrior. Only one can dominate the narrative. And narratives aren't won with fists alone. They're won with timing. The mystery attacker was timing.
Strategic. Precise.
Deliberate. And Logan's message wasn't random either. I know who sent you. That's a chess move. That's him telling the mastermind. I see you. Imagine this scenario. Logan steps into the ring next week. Calls out both Theory and Breakker. Plays the footage. Breaks down the timeline. Reveals the slip-up. The crowd explodes. One of them cracks under pressure. Theory's ego flares. Breakker's temper ignites. And suddenly, the mastermind exposes himself. Because here's the truth. Guilt reveals itself under heat. Who do you think cracks first? Theory with his arrogance? Or Breakker with his intensity?
Comment right now.
But there's one more chilling possibility. What if the attacker wasn't hired by either man? What if the attacker acted on their own, trying to impress someone? Trying to earn favor? Trying to prove loyalty? That would mean Logan isn't just dealing with two rivals. He's dealing with a growing faction of enemies who want him gone. That's even more dangerous. Because lone wolves are unpredictable. And unpredictable threats are harder to control. Logan Paul has built his brand on resilience. He's been hated, canceled, criticized, mocked. And every time, he turns controversy into fuel. This attack, it might have just backfired. Because if there's one thing Logan understands, it's revenge storytelling. And if he truly caught who sent the mystery attacker, He's going to expose them in a way that humiliates them publicly. And that's worse than any spear or finisher. Let's step back for a moment. Why does this matter so much? Because this isn't just about one backstage fight. This is about control of WWE's next era. Austin Theory wants it. Bron Breakker wants it. Logan Paul wants it. 3 different paths. 1 spotlight. And someone decided that the easiest way to win was to cheat. Does that make you angry? It should. Because if this becomes the new standard, then dominance isn't earned. It's orchestrated. Here's my final question for you. If Logan Paul reveals undeniable proof next week that Austin Theory sent the attacker, does Theory's credibility collapse? And if it turns out to be Bron Breakker, does that permanently stain his legacy-driven image? Or will Logan shock everyone and reveal a completely unexpected mastermind? Who is it? Theory? Breakker? Someone else entirely? Drop your prediction below. And share this video with someone who thinks they already know the answer, because I promise you, this story is far from over. Logan Paul says he caught who sent the mystery attacker. Now we wait to see who panics first.